Good afternoon, everybody. Today is April 6, 2020, on Monday. Just a brief update. There were a total of 215 food hampers distributed last Thursday and Friday. The EOC is looking at doing another distribution in a couple of weeks from now. One of the biggest things is when we spoke to the Grand Chief, Billy Morin, for Treaty 6, the question was asked about sweat lodges, and his feedback to me was, I wouldn't encourage public sweats for just anything, but I do believe in prayer and our ceremonies. If I was a lodge holder, I would still continue on with the lodge ceremonies, but I would limit the people who attend them and not to do feast and sharing. So not to offend anybody who have sweat lodges or any kind of ceremonies happening, you're limited to the amount of people in attendance. And as well, people will be from other reserves, and visitors will not be allowed on the reserve. As of Wednesday, April 8th, there will be roadblocks, and the roadblocks will be 24/7. So they'll be manned 24 hours, and they'll continue on. And only CLFN members and essential services will be allowed on the nation. Over the weekend, we've had many reports of people having parties and have socializing in their homes, and these people that came to your homes, and if they're not First Nation members, they will not be allowed onto the nation anymore. We all know that the numbers have increased in Bonnyville and in Cold Lake, and the Emergency Operations Command Center implements the rules as they are coming down from Alberta Health Services. We each have to do our part. If we're not social distancing ourselves from one another, then you're not allowed to go to visit anyone. Please stay away from the people who are immune compromised, who are elderly, and even children. Because you're young, it doesn't mean you're not going to get it. This virus doesn't see age. We're all susceptible to it. And in saying that, we have to do the more measures to prevent any Cold Lake Nation members getting COVID-19. During the next few weeks, things may get worse, and we are asking that you please respect each other and the people that are working to keep the nation safe from the virus. Listen and respect the people, as I am sure they would rather be at home with their family as sitting in the EOC or delivering water or picking up garbage. Please just respect one another. There are dogs that are roaming around. If these dogs belong to you, please do what a responsible pet owner would do. Keep them in your yard. But having them running around town site and other areas, you're putting people at risk, because even though you're self-isolating, you should be able to go for a walk and be safe doing so. If you have any concerns, please call the call center. If you require help filling out the online forms, please call us. We will try and assist you. Again, please do not be rude to these folks, as they too would rather be home with their families. That's everything for now, and we will be sure to let you know if anything else comes up. Till then, thank you very much. Be safe. Social distancing is really important. We need to make sure that our healthcare workers are safe. We don't want to end up in the hospital. We're fortunate here in Cold Lake. We have our EOC team working with Cold Lake Health, the hospital, and they have all of their measures in place. So we just don't want COVID-19 to come onto our nation, so you can make that happen. Enforcement of the Public Health Act. The community health nurse is to speak on non-compliant individuals to communicate the importance of following the public health measures. If the individual continues to be non-compliant, the community health nurse contacts the MOH to request a letter be sent to the individuals, further communicating the importance and the directive and compliance. If non-compliance continues, the MOH will issue a certificate order under the Public Health Act to obtain compliance as a last resort. Non-compliance with the issue certificate can result in enforcement options that include applicable authorities. This is coming from ISC, the Alberta Region COVID-19 Daily Update for Chiefs. So it's getting real, people. In the next 2 weeks, the numbers could go much higher, and our job here is to make sure that we don't get it here, and that when they say flatten the curve, they mean flatten it out, stop it. And the only way we're going to do this is if each and every one of us do our part, and that's staying home. Stay home. There's no reason you need to go to town. One person once a week should be going and doing your shopping for you. It's imperative that we all take this serious. It's real. It's life and death. That's all I can say. I'd like to thank all the people out there who are doing their part. There's a lot of you that know and are afraid as well. We need to keep calm, not to panic. Staying home and supporting one another is phone calls, do FaceTiming, whatever it takes. Be resourceful. We're Denisuklenet people. We have a lot of hardworking people. We come from hardworking, ethical people who care for one another. So with that, be well. Masicho.